All right, a couple minutes before 7 a.m. Light fog down here in Charleston, which is just fine. It's a lot better than it was at my house. I couldn't see the front of my truck. We are out after 3 long days of work on this boat. This is our last move. Well, I'm on this for the next couple weeks anyway, moving it down south. We're going to end up in Key West and then finish up in Fort Lauderdale for a pod service, which we've already gotten some of it done, but we got to do a haul out, maybe some bottom paint and a few other things. But we finally got this thing pretty close to being dialed in. We got the sun almost coming up as we leave Safe Harbor, Charleston right here. So I'm happy to be out. And I'm going to come around the corner here. And this is, I think you guys know, a pod boat. 4 pods. 1, 2, 3, 4 pods on this thing. And I'm still using the sticks to maneuver just because, well, I don't trust the pods. And I don't like them, but you all know that already. So, and look, the boat handles. Even we came in the last couple of days with very strong currents and wind and stuff like that, and we were actually down a pod, and we had no problem putting this thing into its slip. So I prefer not to use the pods. I don't like the way it thrusts and lunges and kind of makes a lot of racket. And the more you use the pods in that way, in my opinion, the quicker you're gonna start to see a Volvo mechanic. So anyway, we are heading out to see Savannah. We're going to Savannah again. We were going to go to Fernandina, and then we're in Savannah, and then we're just going to do an overnight. Well, new plan, back to Savannah for dinner this evening, and then on to Fernandina. And then from there, we are going to run offshore again. I think down to West Palm. We're going to pick up some more friends, clients down there, and then we're gonna run the intercoastal for, I don't know, 8 hours from West Palm down to Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas, which, if you're following along, if you went on the outside, that would be a 2-hour ride. So we're gonna turn a 2-hour ride into an 8-hour ride, running the ditch at 5 knots and having to pick up all the bridges and stuff like that. So looks like a nice sunrise. I'm just going to assume the fog's going to roll back in. It rolled in pretty heavy several times yesterday, including one when we were doing sea trials. So we're trying to get out now. I have radar and a chart plotter, so that's cool. That's better than we were doing before, which is great. So we should be all right. I think as soon as we duck offshore, we won't have to worry too much about the fog, and we'll make a straight run down to Savannah. So as soon as the sun comes up and we get squared away on deck, we'll do another video. So that's where we are. All right, well, we're just passing the battery right now. Light fog. I mean, I can't really see James Island right there. I can't see Mount Pleasant, Sullivan's Island, or Fort Sumner. But, you know, it's fine because by the time we get out there, we probably have maybe a mile visibility. So we're good. Plenty of visibility. Not worry about that at all, but it probably will roll in when the sun comes up a little bit, just from the difference in temperature. It'll probably roll in on the coast here, which is why I was trying to get out earlier this morning so I didn't have to worry about that fog rolling in. And the radar looks like it's doing well, except for this is tied with that. I can't change my perspective on this. There's a lot of reworking that we need to do. None of these screens are touch screens, so you got to use the stupid pad, which it's not even worth trying to create a course. I can't create a course. It doesn't work right now. We got to get a touch screen on here, even one just as a head unit, so we can do trip planning and other things. But that will be probably when we get back. We'll get all that stuff dialed in. But anyway, there it is back there. Charleston Harbor, not Charleston Harbor. Safe Harbor, City Marina, downtown, heading up to the battery, which you can see through the fog. It is right there. Here, walk out here. There you go. The battery, the Yorktown should be coming into focus. There's the Ravenel Bridge, tops of it right there. And we're going about 10 knots. Remember, we're in a whale zone season, so we can only go 10 knots. I got 10 there and I got 9.6 here, so you know, basically I'm at 1,000 RPM. This is what we're gonna do for the next 9 hours. So fun is, theoretically we could throttle up. I got this boat in the way here. I don't want to wake him. It'd be nice if I could not have to go 10 knots through here. He's sort of all over the place. I have a straight track. He's going this way, that way. He's obviously lost in the fog. So anyway, let's get out of here. Let's see if we can see. Can you see the Yorktown? Nope. So the Yorktown should be right there. Can't even see the Yorktown. Oh, there it is. I can see it just a little bit. No, you can't see it in the fog. Huh. All right, well, that's gone. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna try and make a little progress here, get past this guy, and he's less than 65 feet, so he can go more than 10 knots. We're 92 feet. We have to go 10 knots. Lots of birds. All right, let's get out of here. Beautiful sunrise. Got a boat coming in, Fort Sumner, and I gotta go around a buoy. Right in front of us.
Yeah, right across, right in front of us.
Yeah, I knew that was there.
Yeah. Just
Here we go. Captain Matt, you want to be on camera?
let's do it.
There you are. Introduce yourself.
Matt Joe,
Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas, actually.
Texas.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas. What do you do down there?
Just manage boats.
Cool. What are you doing here?
Just helping you do whatever's necessary.
That was a terrible answer.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's getting. What are you getting off the boat?
What do you mean?
Bananas.
Oh yeah, bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas.
How did everything go yesterday without bananas on board?
Much better.
Yes. Yeah. Much better.
Yeah.
We literally just had this conversation on the last trip that we were on.
Yeah.
We threw bananas off. So, Sea Charles ran great yesterday. So we got this guy. I don't know if you can see him through the mist, right there coming in, and we're heading out. So they obviously came from up north, heading offshore. They're coming in. We're going out. So, all right. We'll get more from Matt later on.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
So, what fort is that over there?
Sumner.
There you go.
Yeah, got it down.
Learning stuff.
Yeah, right and left.
That's right. Port and backwards. All right, so we're doing 13.6 now. We are just at the jetty. So once I get to the end of that jetty, I've got to throttle back to 10 knots because that's where the whale zone starts. I also have to alter my course heading south so I can make a course down to Savannah. Well, I can't operate that with this because, well, I have no idea why, because it just doesn't work and none of this is touchscreen. So this doesn't toggle back and forth. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
I just want you to take a quick gander as a captain. What are we missing here?
A match.
Assume we wanted to stay on the boat. What electrical or non-electrical equipment, which is literally paramount to every single yacht and every single boat that's ever been out there since the turn of the century? Before that, the Vikings were using it. What's missing?
Navigation, sonar, all of it.
No, a compass.
Oh, compass. Yeah.
We don't even have a compass.
Yeah.
So I was just saying I was going to come out to the jetties and then alter course using my compass.
Right.
And I don't have a compass. I don't even have a compass. This is how technically advanced this boat thinks that it is.
Right.
It doesn't even have a compass, and I can't operate any of this stuff. So now I got to go down below in hopes that that stupid little remote control is going to work to operate our multi-million-dollar yacht. We got another one coming in. I'm going to start just slowing down. We're almost there, and I don't want to wake this guy. So I'm going to go find a compass. All right, so it's a little past 8 o'clock. We're going 10 knots. Not much going on. So let's do our first engine room check. We're down in crew. Just clean this place out. We got a lot of work to do down here. There's some water leaks that we fixed. There's a few more we got to source. So double cabin right there. We've already done all the linens all over again. This is our head in here, shower and stuff like that. another bunk right here, and then this is another bunk, but we use it just as storage. And this whole thing was completely packed, floor to ceiling, boxes here filled with stuff all over the floor. So a lot cleaner than it was. So let's head in the engine room. Let's check 4 Volvo IPS 900s. Now, the last time I took a picture when it was this calm out, maybe even calmer, with a bird in the water, it was up around Hatteras, North Carolina. And I think we were on our 60-something foot Viking Sportfish. And I remember looking out on the water and just seeing the bird just kind of sitting there, and oh, how peaceful it is, and birds just sitting there chilling, and then wham! Got destroyed by a shark. It was like, whoa, that's ungood. It just kind of turned away and just kept on driving. I was like, what? Nothing to see here. So, as you can see behind us, it's starting to fog in a little bit. You can still see Folly over here, but directly behind us, it's fogging in, which is kind of what I thought it was going to do. But I knew if we got offshore, it was going to be just fine, which it is. And it is beautiful. Like 1 foot little rollers here, 10 knots. Keep backing it off too. I think I'm at 880 for RPM. I mean, we're in idle. 940. So that's it's almost idle. So if I need to go any slower, I may shut an engine down or two. So, but yeah, beautiful out here. Savannah, hopefully by the end of the day. Beautiful. Sun's up. Engines are running well. That vibration is back a little bit. So I think it's got to be, the shafts helped for sure. But there's got to be something else going on in the pod or in alignment on the engine, or there's CV joints, so I mean universal joints, so it should take up here, 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 and here, and they went in pretty easily. There wasn't like it was a struggle. So it's props or that's transferring up, or something in the pod or something, because if you disconnect the engine from the transmission and the shaft, they run rock solid. There's not even a vibration. So it's somewhere in the drive train that is the problem. So I'm on the phone right now and through email with Florida. So we're going to try and get all that rectified once we get down there. We've done a lot of work to it, and like I said, it's better, but we want to try and make sure that we don't do any more damage, and we're back to the point where we're having to do the joints over again. So getting all that sourced, and we're just going to roll down at 10 knots, and yeah, we're going to make a good trip out of it. All right, 10:30 a.m. Almost time for another log. We just did one, and we've got a target out there. That's a fishing boat, and he's right. Oh crap, Matt, where'd he go?
He's lost in the fog.
He's lost in the fog. Oh my God, look at it rolling in. You can we literally see it just rolling in right here. So that fishing boat is out there, and we could just see him about 5 minutes ago, and he's gone now. And that fog right there on that bank is getting closer. But back there, look how far we can see back there. There's a boat. There's a fishing boat. A little foggy out there. But this fog bank right here is just starting to roll in. So we're gonna, oh, here it comes. You see it, Matt? Right in front of us. What happens when we hit a fog bank?
Lights out.
I think we go right through it. So, good thing we've got our radar up. We did get earlier an alert that there was a dense fog warning outside of Hilton Head. We are, I'd say, coming up on Fripp Island, but that's not really the case because we're going 10 knots. So Fripp Island's probably, I don't know, 6 hours away or something at this speed. But, but I mean, even just videotaping for a minute, look at the fog now. Clear blue sky up there, and it's maybe 100 yards away from us, getting closer and closer and closer. Or are we getting closer to the fog? I don't know. At 10 knots, we're moving pretty slow. The fog's probably moving faster than us. And look behind us now. Those two boats are gone. We're just starting to get socked in, so we're rolling into that fog bank right now. Kind of cool. All right, well, we'll keep going at 10 knots in the fog. All right. Nice and thick fog. Matt's freaking out over here. I just told him to calm down, man. Just calm down. It's not that bad. We can see the bow of the boat still. We'll freak out when we can't see the bow of the boat. That's coming soon. Till then, we're fine. That other boat is right there. We're past him. That's a larger boat. That's just coming on the radar now, but we've got nothing in front of us right now. And based upon what that is, that might be a boat. I'll check AIS coming into that port right there. So we're right there. Fripp Island is right there. And Hilton Head is up here. And there was supposed to be a dense fog warning right there. So, yeah, clearly they were not correct on that. So, but we're doing fine. 10.3 right now, 10.4. It goes up and down. 9 something, 10. I'm over it. We're going 10 knots. We're in the fog. So, have not seen any whales yet. So, no whales have been disturbed at 10 knots. And there's really nobody out here either. So, all good stuff. Where do you want to go to dinner tonight?
It's up to you.
Well, the answer would be Savannah. Somewhere in Savannah.
Somewhere in Savannah. Yeah. How about Georgia?
Let's go to Georgia.
Let's go to Georgia.
Yeah. Gotta start looking at plans for dinner, and you can see it's even settled out. That's what happens when there's fog. The water settles down, all of the ripples settle down. So we're just basically at just a 1 foot little roller here, but all those little ripples have gone away as well because the wind's not picking it up. So if the wind was stronger, we probably wouldn't even have much of this fog. So, but nice and calm out. We don't even have stabilizers on. I said to Matt earlier, well, we don't even have stabilizers on. So that's how nice and calm it is. Hopefully it's going to be like this all the way down to Florida and then on to Key West. That would be a lot to ask, but we'll see. Everything looks like it's running well so far. I'm going to do an engine check in just a little bit and 5 minutes to another log. All right, so we're back in the fog, and that target just showed up right there. He's about a mile, and our rings are 1 nautical mile. We've got 2 nautical miles total on the display, so he's a ring and a half in between. So he's about a mile and a half away, and he's more or less dead center on our track line. So if I come over here, we have nothing here. So if I didn't have radar and we ended up in the fog, I wouldn't know that he was there. Now I've gone to AIS, which I have on my phone, and I can track him, and it's a fishing vessel, but he's probably running, or he's stopped. He's dead in our tracks here, or running on the same course line. We're just running. He's maybe going 9.6 or whatever, and we're going, well, now we're back up to 10.5, but we fluctuate back and forth between 9, 8, and 10, depending on the swells. So if we didn't have radar, which we didn't have the other day, we would have no idea that he was out there in this fog. So that's why we have to make sure that we have all of this stuff working, and it's not only working but functional. I didn't have this screen working. I was able to just I got it working, was able to scroll in and out on this. He's not popping up on AIS yet, but I can check it on my phone and see him on AIS. So we have to use everything that we have available, especially in the fog, to find out what's in front of us before we hit him. So he's not coming any more appreciably closer or farther from us, so he's probably running about the same speed. He's probably over 65 feet, so he's running 10 knots, which is the same speed that we're running as well. So it's always important to have everything working. Right, Matt?
Exactly.
And user-friendly.
And user-friendly, yeah.
Well, I was just trying to call him, and he's not answering. Typical fishing vessel. There he is. Just came right out of the fog. Just popped out. Oh, he's working. He is right there on radar. Right there on radar. And that new target just popped up right there. We're gonna look at that. And as typical with most trawlers and fishing guys, they're not on the radio. They're not on 16. They're not on 13. They've got them shut down. They don't want to listen to anybody. No offense, but that's just what it is. So yeah, so we're gonna stay clear of him. We're gonna be probably less than a quarter of a mile away, I guess, and we can see him. So I got that other one coming up. We'll figure out what he is and where he's going. Maybe we can get on the radio with him. But he just popped right out of the fog. Finally, it's seen some life. There was some dolphins out there. There they are. Dolphins! Way out there. There's that fishing boat way back there. They're going 8 knots, I think. Way off in the distance, there's another boat. We've already passed a container ship. There's the dolphins. Settle down even more. Fog's coming and going, coming and going. You can see all through there, all through there. Oops, back up. All through there, we got a fog bank. Straight in front of us is all fog. So Matt's on the bow checking out the new 360 camera. It's the owner's. Beautiful day out. 9.7 knots, 9.6. Yeah, this is 9. Well, it changed. That was like 10.1. It's like, you know, that's 10.1, and we're 9.8 there. 9.7, 9.6. Ugh, whatever. We don't even have a compass on the boat, so whatever. We're doing the best we can. We're watching for whales. We haven't seen a darn thing yet. But it's getting calmer and calmer out. I mean, it's beautiful out here. Probably gonna be foggy coming into Tybee roads, but we'll just take it easy and see what happens if it clears up. So I think I've shown you guys this before, but you've got dot, 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 dot there. And we've got dot, 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 dot there. So that's the entrance into the channel. So if we can extrapolate marker, 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 marker. So that's the entrance into the channel. And we're right here. So even without being able to see, because we're in fog, look, there's the channel right there as we come in. So that's how it's probably how we're gonna get into Tybee roads today and up into Savannah, is probably by doing just that, using the radar, using this to extrapolate what we see and try and line everything up. The radar, you know, we always take a grain of salt with where we are on the charts. They might be misaligned, but theoretically the radar sends out a signal and it comes back, and it should be exactly where it's supposed to be. If we do an overlay, we should see pretty close to where the greens and the reds are going to be once we get in. So you can see the entrance of the channel right there. That's not the channel we're going in. Next one down. We're almost there. Now, another 4 hours. We're only going 9 knots. And this is how quickly the fog comes and goes. We just got socked back in here. Maybe 100 yards visibility. So, you know, we come and go through this. Well, look, the sun's shining. It's beautiful. But you can feel the cold. Whew. You can feel it. Just, it's cold. It's humid. And that's what's causing the fog. That's still working with the owner's GoPro. Maybe we'll get that straight away. But there's the channel right there. Again, not ours. Next one down. .2 knots, 10-1. We're finally holding. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down with the RPMs here. So I don't know if we were fighting current or whatever, but we've been maintaining like 10-1, 9-6, 10-1, somewhere in there. Where before we were, you know, 10-3. Let me see. Yeah, 10-1, 9-9. We've been doing pretty good, but now I haven't. But I've been working at it to try and keep it at that. Now I really haven't touched the sticks in a while, which is good. So look, 10-2, and then that was 10, 9-9, 9-8. They're off. I don't know which one to look at. Whatever. We're watching for whales. If we see one, we'll slow down. I'm sure we'll be able to stop. Out in the fog. So you know that boat right there just came out right behind us. Look how fast he's going. No care in the world for the whales. Shame, shame, shame on him. Oh wait, he's under 65 feet, so he won't do any damage to a whale. Or get a $10,000 fine. That's cool. We'll just hang out at 10 knots. 9-6, whatever. Another 6 hours we'll be in Savannah. I knew I recognized that vessel up there. That's Carolina girl. They were just coming out of Savannah, and I said, boy, they look like they're going a little too fast. They're going 11.7 just coming out of the river here. So they didn't realize that they were in a whale zone, so I was nice enough to give them a call so they didn't get a fine. So they've slowed down to under that. I think this is the Coast Guard pulling out right here. I'm surprised they didn't say anything. That's the problem, is that nobody tells you, nobody calls you on the radio and says, hey, it's a whale zone. You just get a fine in the mail. Well, that didn't do anything for the whales. The whales can't cash that check. So, you know, if the Coast Guard sees them, they should at least call out and give them at least a heads up. I mean, a lot of people still don't know about this whale zone thing and what time of year it is. So, anyway, they're going to slow down. They've got an 8-hour steam now up to Charleston. I know those guys, so I didn't want them to get a fine. So, we are making our approach into Tybee Roads. All right, just making our way into Tybee Roads here. Right there is where we can pick up speed again. And we got a lot of birds there. There was there was a whole pot of dolphins. I don't know where the heck they just went. That was going to be part of the video. That was going to be the video. Oh, there they are. There's one. Where'd they all go? Dolphins welcoming us in. Still a little bit of fog, but looks great. Not a problem at all. And the girls are feeding them shrimp. That's a dangerous move right there. May get pooped on. Who knows? All right, I gotta make a turn. Coming in. I asked Matt if he saw the city in the background there. And he said, yes, I see it. And I go, that's not a city, that's a container ship. That's probably 1,200, where the hell is it? Right there. And of course the sun's in our eyes, so it's really hard to see. So from back there you can barely see it. It's more visible now than it was just a minute ago. But that's probably 1,200 feet long and probably, I would say, 16 to 18,000 TEUs on that thing. I'll look it up and put it in the video. Hapag Lloyd. we're just going right behind where he is. So good thing we weren't docking when he was going by. Doesn't even have his engines. He's in neutral right now. He's actually in reverse trying to slow him down, I think. There's another one. I've shown all you guys this stuff before. We're heading right up there. Let's turn the wheel a little bit here. Make our final approach. Right where that tour boat is, right there, is where we're headed. And it's 4:16, not too bad. All right, we'll see you guys at the dock. Alright, we are here, 4:22. Also 4:22. Alright. So Matt's getting the lines ready. We're going to be right in front of the Queen here. We've been here before, I know you guys have seen it. Again, I'm using my sticks. We have a pod. I don't plan on using it. We have another boat coming up on the side of us here. Don't really care about him, he can go behind us. See anybody there yet. I've called them, they said they were coming down. So should have, yeah, there's the 100 amp power right in front. I'm gonna hold off until I hear that Matt's ready. We don't really need assistance, but I'm gonna stem the tide here just to slow me down. And we will wait. much time you got, Matt?
I got the stir line ready, 2 fenders down, throw this one down.
Yeah, we're ready.
3 fenders down.
Okay, cool. All right. Just get the bow line ready, and then forward leading spring. All set? Cool. Hey Matt, forward leading, then bow, and then we'll be fine. Thanks, Matt. All right, that's it. We get the dock. Okay, well, it's pretty clear that there is not much left to the belt, but look at this. Look at that. It's almost like it's melted here. It's all dimpled in. This is brand new. Did we just put this on yesterday? How is that seemingly melted like that? Trashed. Made quite the mess. All over the place. This is the old belt, I think. I think we put the new one on that one. But there ain't nothing left of this. Alright, just so you guys can see how fast this tugboat, this current is running. You can see how fast it's running through here. So I just took the nose of the boat and just drove it this way, and the boat just slid right to the dock. As I got close to the dock, I just brought the stern around, made it parallel, and that's how you don't use pods and just use the current. Look how fast that's running. Screaming through here. My phone is how fast the water's running. All right, we're done. I'm not doing the supercharger. Belt's shot. Let's go to dinner, breakfast, lunch. This is how fast the water's running. I'm walking as fast as the water's going. Crazy.